Hey everybody, Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. This is game 2 of Tremendicon 2014, the New Orleans crew invading my local store to get some games in with me, which was awesome. This is the second person that I played in their gaming group. This was a 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous of the Wars of Chaos versus Lady Kenzie of the Wood Elves. That's right, the new book too, so this is a double bonus. I got to play somebody from out of town, and they had the new Wood Elf book, so it was a very good game. She's been playing the Wood Elves since right after, I believe she said right after 8th edition came out, so she's been playing them since they sucked, to be perfectly honest, without any of the benefit of seeing how they were in their heyday. She stuck with them for a long time. I believe she also has a Beastman army, so yeah, she's used to playing with the handicap, and she plays extremely well. It kind of terrifies me to think what would happen if she played with an army that was considered top tier. But it's a really good game, and it's a really nice army, so yeah, sit back, relax, and get ready to see how this one works out. Here's my list. No changes from the last battle report, because that would be cheating. I have my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous, with the Marquezine. She's level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, other Trickster Shard, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, Flaming Breath, and Allura Metal. My hero choices are an Exalted Hero, Lady Elizabeth, with Mark Zinch, Chaos Steed, BSB, Halberd, Helm of Many Eyes, Dawnstone, and Poisonous Slime. And my newly minted, newly renamed Exalted Hero, thank you once again, John, Catastrophe, I really like that, with the Mark Zinch, Demonic Mount, Halberd, Talisman of Preservation, Third Eye Zinch, and Burning Body. My core choices are 5 Warhounds, the Manipulative Mutts, they're butt naked. I've got 18 Chaos Warriors, Blood Tide with the Mark of Khorne, Halberds, Full Command, and the Banner of Rage, and 17 Forsaken with the Mark of Khorne, and I really like them. I say that now, who knows what will happen in a few games, right? My special choices are 5 Chaos Knights, Elizabeth's Honor Guard with the Mark Zinch, Sorcered Weapons, Banner Musician, and the Standard of Discipline, and another 5 Chaos Knights, Cass's Despoilers with Mark Nurgle, Lance's Banner Musician, and the Banner of Swiftness. And of course, my rare choice, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list is as follows. She had a Spellweaver, who was a level 4 wizard with the Esrai longbow. She had that enchanted acorn that does the D3 forest and the Lore Shadow. Her hero choices were a Glade Captain with the Esrai longbow. She was the BSB with a shield, a Esrai spear, on an Elven steed with Arcane Bodkins and the Armor of Destiny. And then she had another Glade Captain with a Esrai longbow. I think I'm saying that word right. If not, well, it's Elven, and it all sounds horrible to me. Light armor shield, Esrai spear, an Elven steed, Arcane Bodkins, the Moonstone, and the Dragon Helm. And then she had a Spellsinger, who was a level 2 wizard with an Elven steed, the Spell Scroll, and used the Allura Metal. Her core choices were 10 Eternal Guard with a Musician, 20 Glade Guard with Arcane Bodkins, a Banner Musician, and another 10 Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts and a Musician. Her special choices were 12 Deepwood Scouts with Hagbane Tips, 6 Treekin with a Unit Champion, and 9 Wild Riders with Full Command and a Banner of Swiftness. And that's the way you should run your Wild Riders. 9 of them with a killy character inside of them, because these guys are white-hot balls of canine terror. Anybody who says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about, is lying, or is a far superior general to me, or a combination of the 3. Either way, if you play Wood Elves and you don't have Wild Riders in your list, I personally think you're wrong. Her rare choices were a Great Eagle and 12 Way Watchers. These are my spells, 4 from Metal, because Metal's awesome. And these are her spells, 4 from Shadow and 2 from Metal, because Shadow's okay and Metal is awesome. Here's deployment, and for the most part, you're looking at it. My Nurgle Knights, once again, set up on the left flank because they were going to try to get into those archers and just sweep the row. That was the plan. I was going to weather whatever they had in order to get through them and kill them off. My Forsaken, we're going to shoot up that tunnel there and try to either get a hold of the big unit that's in that forest. As you can see, there's 3 forests. The unpainted one is the one that she gets to place just for being wood elves. That one was the haunted forest, the fear forest or whatever. The other 2 forests, the one in the middle on her end and the one in my deployment area, those are both venomous forests. Those are the ones that she placed with her acorn. She got 2 of them. What's it called? My Forsaken, obviously I wasn't going to go into the forest because I didn't want to take dangerous terrain checks. My Forsaken were going to shoot up as fast as they could and try to get a hold of those archers as soon as they could because the brunt of his army was over to the right flank. The Corn Warriors were going to shoot up forward and just get the Treekin, Archers, Great Eagle, Wild Riders, whatever. I just was determined to make it so that those Wild Riders did not get into my Warriors' flank. That was my goal because I have the worst luck with Wild Riders and my Corn Warriors, and you'll see what happens this game. My dogs, the idea with the dogs was just to give them something to shoot at. I was going to send the dogs straight forward, let her shoot at them, do whatever she wanted to do, and that way she's not shooting at anything else. Cass was going to shoot up and charge into anything that he could. Again, they're elves, and they're wood elves. You have to get into them, you have to kill them. My Tzeentch Knights, when I deployed them here, I was going to send them through the forest. I didn't care. Dangerous terrain checks are going to happen, and with the Knights, I figured with the 6 up ward, they had a chance to survive, but I was going to send them through to try to get a hold of whatever I could. The Wild Riders, when they went up there, I thought, honestly, this is just my opinion. I didn't realize what she had planned just yet, but I thought it was a mistake. I thought, wow, with my Demon Prince where he's at, and the Demon Prince, the reason I put him there originally was because he was just going to shoot up the flank and try to meet the Nurgle Knights in the middle. But when I saw the Wild Riders there, after her Vanguard and everything, I got excited. I was like, okay, I think she made a mistake here, and I'm going to capitalize on that. I'm sending the Demon Prince and the Tzeentch Knights into them, and I was going to try to, first round charge and take out the Wild Riders, and because I was terrified of that unit. She put 3 characters into that unit. I wasn't 100% on what they had, and when she moved up into the forest, I was like, this is my chance. She made a mistake. I got to get in there. Meanwhile, my Beast, when I set him over there, the idea was he was just going to shoot over to the left and start just trying to warp things. But when she put down that unit of archers over there, she told me they had starfire shafts. I was like, okay, the Beast is going to try to get to the left flank of the building as quick as possible. So yeah, that's deployment. That's why I did what I did. Here's my opponent's right flank, which consists of her scouts, I believe. Yeah, because the Way Watchers are in the middle. Here's her center. From left to right, there's a Glade Guard. There's more Glade Guard with her Spellweaver in them. There's some Treekin. There's a Great Eagle. And right there, you kind of see them on the front there. I think you see 4 or 5 of them are her Way Watchers. And her left flank, which consists of her Wild Riders with the rest of her characters and her 2 Glade Captains. The one with the sword up is her BSB, and then the one in the back there is her little level 2 Scroll Caddy with Laura Metal. And then there's the unit of Glade Guard or whatever they are with the Star Shafts. Here's my right flank, which consists of the Beast and Lord Tremendous. And here's my center, which from right to left consists of my Tzeentch Knights with Lady Elizabeth, Catastrophe, my dogs, my Corn Warriors, and my Forsaken. And my left flank, which consists of my Nurgle Knights, fresh off the battlefield from round 1. And look, they put their armor back on and they got their self-respect back. It's so nice. Here's top of 1 after movement, and I got to go first, and I was so excited, and I'm like, I got this, I'm gonna charge, let's do Lady Elizabeth's 9-up rerollable stupidity check, and I fail it twice. So, more of that dice karma followed me from the first game into the second game. Lady Elizabeth, her unit would have needed a 8 or a 9 in order to hit the Wild Riders in the front, which would have been doable. Maybe not. Maybe they would have failed it. They failed a lot of charges in the last round. But I was like, you know what? She's going to redeem herself in this one. I know it. I have faith. Because Lady Elizabeth and her unit almost never let me down. Almost never. And it was like, yes! And I fail my stupidity check and I never find out. Meanwhile, to make matters worse, I'm like, alright, well, my Demon Prince only needs like an 8 or a 9 to hit them. That shouldn't be too hard. I don't even think it was that much. I think it was like an 8 to hit him. He rolls a 5. I was so disappointed. Every opportunity in the world to deal with the Wild Riders, and I fail. Oh, it broke my heart. So yeah, the Demon Prince fails a charge. The Lady Elizabeth and her knight unit becomes stupid. So in order to save my knights, I throw Cass in front of the Wild Riders with the idea that he can issue a challenge. If they decline it, fine. The BSB goes to the back, and then I have to deal with the Wild Riders. But it is what it is. Maybe I could pull this one off. We'll see. But I figured Cass would be a better one to step in the way of the stupid knights than have them just charge into my knights. The dogs shoot forward to give them something to shoot at. The Corn Warriors move up to the edge of the hill so that they can move up another 8 inches afterwards. And my Forsaken do exactly what I expect them to do and move 12 inches straight forward to try to get a hold of those archers ASAP. Nurgle Knights follow suit. There's a better picture of my Demon Prince failing me and this charge, this easy charge. Paralyzed people could have made this run. Oh, it drives me crazy. And there's Lady Elizabeth failing her stupidity check, and she moved forward like 5 inches. Oh! I could have had the Wild Riders right here, top of one, and instead they have free reign to do whatever they want. Breaks my heart. My magic phase, I roll like Snake Eyes. She's able to dispel it, no problem. I don't believe in shooting, so we go to bottom one after movement. And as you can see, there's been a little bit. Her Eternal Guard move up. That's what those things were. Her Eternal Guard move up to get in the way of the Forsaken, which is fine. I will gladly take that. Her Treekin move up to deal with the dogs and to get ready to deal with the Corn Warriors. And believe it or not, well, the Great Eagle moves up to try to get in the way of the Beast and the Demon Prince, which I totally understand. But believe it or not, the Wild Riders didn't charge anything. The Wild Riders had that item that lets them travel between forests. So yeah, very clever. And I realized what she was going to do after she failed to declare charges with them. I was like, huh, she's not charging. Oh no, she's gonna be in my back rank. That's not good. And that's exactly what happens. The Wild Riders end up in the other forests. Couldn't believe it. Then during her magic phase, she gets the withering off on my Demon Prince. Irresistible. I had no choice. And takes 3 off of his toughness, which means now he's toughness 2. So that is terrible because I did not expect him to be so exposed. And the worst is he wasn't supposed to be this exposed. And at toughness too. Very well played by my opponent. I have to give him props. The miscast turned out to be a 7. Which was probably the best miscast she could have rolled. It ended up killing... Oh, there you go. It ended up killing 3 of the elves, and it ended her magic phase. Took out the rest of her dice. So we go into her shooting phase, and her Way Watchers take careful aim at the now feeble Demon Prince, pull back, loose, and drop him like dead weight. She does 7 wounds to my Demon Prince with the no armor save shots. I save 3. 1 shy of actually making a difference. And he dies. He dies like a pig. And I was at the same time heartbroken and impressed. What can you do? Yeah. Other than death, nobody kills my Demon Prince quite that fast. To make matters worse, the Beast, who is 6 inches away from the Demon Prince, rolls a 9 for his leadership check and flees like 9 inches, almost off the table. He's not quite off the table, but he's trying. So it's going to be one of those games, right? I'm just like, well, you know what? At least I'm playing good opponents. They are very intelligent players, and this is... I got to pick up my game a little bit. I got to play better, and I'm not. Shooting phase isn't over, and they take my bait and kill my dogs, and that's what I sent them out there for, because they weren't going to redirect anything this game, not with all the archers. So I just, well, screw it, here's 30 points. So, after being so generous, we go to top of 2! And my Corn Warriors, now knowing that the Wild Riders are in their rear, I do the measurements real quick, and I'm like, you know what? they're going to need, I can get 19 inches away from them. They have this banner of swiftness, they have movement 10. They'll still need a 9 to hit me. So let's see how this goes. So I march them forward 8 inches, and I'm thinking, great. He's going to shoot at him. He's probably going to do some damage. The Wild Riders have a very long charge. They need a 9 to hit me. Probably not going to happen. So I was feeling pretty good there. Meanwhile, the Forsaken charged the Eternal Guard, who fled and got ran down. The Nurgle Knights charged the unit of archers that were on the hill. They fled and got away. My Tzeentch Knights charged into... They passed their stupidity check and charged into the Treekin and make it. So that was awesome. And Catastrophe slams into the Way Watchers, weathering their hail of doom arrows, or whatever the hell you want to call them, the I don't need an armor save shots, weathers all them no problem, and slams into them, passing this dangerous terrain for going through the forest, and the beast rallies. So I'm still in this fight. I haven't given up. I don't know how to quit, but it's really, once again, I am on the back foot in turn 2. It was amazing. This group is an amazing group. I'm very impressed with them. Here's a better picture of my Forsaken and my Nurgle Knights. The Forsaken did catch the Eternal Guard, passed their leadership check, and turned to face. The Nurgle Knights didn't catch them, so they just moved forward. It was a failed charge. And there's a better picture of my Tzeentch Knights and Lady Elizabeth slamming into the Treekin because they need hugs. And here's a better picture of Catastrophe getting some revenge for these guys killing the Demon Prince. You don't kill my Demon Prince and get away with it unless you're Death Holy Death. And Death Holy Death hasn't been around in a while. And there's a better picture of the beast turning to face the correct direction. Magic is a wash because other than the beast I have none, and I don't believe in shooting, so we go into combat, and I'm able to kill one treeman. A lot of saves were made. It was not the easiest thing in the world to wound, but she needed 4s to hit me, and this is her roll with all the treemen. She hits 4 times. I took a picture of her dice because they turned on her something fierce. There's what she rolled, 4 hits. It was pretty bad. Needless to say, she's not able to do any wounds, so charge, 2 banners, and 4 wounds. I win by 8. They are not stubborn, they are not steadfast, they are not sticking around. And I run them down. The ensuing panic check for the archers is passed no problem, and Lady Elizabeth is very happy that she has killed a bunch of Treekin. Meanwhile, in combat over here, Cass is able to kill 5 or 6 of the, Way Watchers, which is awesome. He takes no damage in return. Thank God my opponent was honest, because I was like, well, you're steadfast. And she's like, no, I'm skirmishers. We don't get ranks. I'm not steadfast. I'm not in the forest. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even think of that. So she loses by 7 because I charged and did 6 wounds. She breaks, and I run them down. So, yes, Catastrophe avenges my Demon Prince, and I'm very happy about that. So, I feel like I'm not quite on the back foot as much anymore, but I still feel like I have a lot of points to make up. I mean, my Demon Prince is 495, plus the 100 for killing the Demon Prince, and I've killed some Treekin, which I'm sure were around 200-300 points, and some Way Watchers, which are probably another 150-200. So I'm feeling like I might be catching up a little bit, but she's killed my dog. My beast is way out of range, so I've got a lot of work to do, and she is not a stupid opponent at all. So at this point, I was kind of hoping she would start making some more mistakes or making some capitalizing ones. Other than her dice rolls on her Treekin, though she really hasn't done anything wrong. So we go to bottom of 2 after movement, and you're looking at it. Her fleeing troops rally. Her Wild Riders charge the rear of my Khorne Warriors, needing a 9. She rolls a 10 and makes it. Ugh! I should have known. I should have known they were going to make it. I don't know why I thought they wouldn't. That was so stupid. I know how Wild Riders are with my Khorne Warriors. I know it. I'm not new. It drives me crazy that I thought that they weren't going to make that charge. But yeah, her Wild Riders slam into the rear of my Khorne Warriors, and I died a little on the inside. Meanwhile, her Glade Guard on her left flank, our right flank, turned to start trying to get into this combat a little bit, maybe try to get some shots off on the beast. And her other archers turn to face the Forsaken and stuff because they need to wither them down before I get into combat with them. There's a better picture of her Wild Riders making an insanely long charge into my Khorne Warriors' rear. And once again, I'm going to, literally, I vow, at some point, I'm going to put little salt licks on their bases because apparently they are just bait for Wild Rider's deer. I don't know what else to do. And there's been a picture of whatever those are rallying. During the magic phase, she gets Malakoth's Mystifying Miasma, the big one, off on the Corn Warriors. I don't even think I try to stop it. I save my dice to try to stop her other spells from going off because I know these guys are screwed. 9 Wild Riders, 2 characters. You know, I don't know what exactly they're kitted out with, but I'm sure that they're killy if they're in with Wild Riders. I know that no matter what, this unit is either completely screwed or completely screwed next turn. So whatever, 100% screwed. Get whatever off you. Get off whatever you want on them. Also during the magic phase, she gets the Withering off on my Forsaken. I do try to stop it, and I fail. She rolls like a 10 or something like that. Or I needed to roll something. I needed to roll something really low, and I rolled like 2 dice at it and totally screwed myself. So that's what I get. I guess I was overconfident. I don't know why, but I was. So they end up taking 1 toughness off on my Forsaken, which isn't as bad as it could have been, but it still kind of sucks. And then she gets Enfeebling Foe off on my Knights and lowers their strength by 1. So that really wasn't so bad. I mean, there's still strength 4, Lady Elizabeth strength 5, against toughness 3 elves. That's still plenty. So it's just what really bothers me is I wasn't able to dispel anything this turn because of just blatant incompetence on my part. So we go into the shooting phase, and our little archers turn and fire away at my Forsaken, killing 5 of them. And as you can see, even if they had been toughness 4, the 5 wounds she did would have gone through. So yeah, that made me feel better. Now the Withering wasn't as big of a deal, because those were the 5 wounds that she made, needing 4s too. So it was her dice are a little back and forth. And then we go into combat, and oh god. You know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because 3 of my warriors survived. She did flub a little bit, so I need snakes to stay. I don't roll it. They run them down like the sheep they are. Yeah, that's where they end up. Totally sucks. So we go to the top of 3 after movement, and the Nurgle or the Forsaken charge into the archers that don't have the -3 to the armor save. They do take another 4 wounds for their trouble, but they make the charge. That frees up my Nurgle Knights to, well, they were declared a charge anyway. They charge into the flank of the Wild Riders, and I'm thinking, man, if I can make this Nurgle Knights with lances into the flank of Elves, beautiful. I've got this. Meanwhile, my Tzeentch Knights pass their stupidity check, and they turn to face the archers in the back rank there because I've got to mop them up and maybe slam into the Wild Riders. I haven't decided yet. And the Beast runs around the hut to try to stay out of the shooting of the Starfire Shaft Archer Glade Guard guys. And Catastrophe runs over there to get ready to deal with them because I don't want to leave any points untouched. In hindsight, I probably should have put him over towards the Wild Riders. I didn't. Stupid on my part, but that was the choices that I made. Here's a better picture of my Nurgle Knights slamming into the flank of the Wild Riders, and I was very excited about this. And there's a better picture of my Forsaken slamming into his unit of archers and taking 4 more wounds for their trouble because of the Stand and Shoot reaction. My magic phase is garbage, and I don't believe in shooting, so we go into combat, and the Forsaken are able to decimate that unit. I think they kill 3, 6, 7 of them. They take no wounds back because they got regen this turn, and believe it or not, the 1 wound that got past my armor save, I was able to regen, so that was awesome. And needless to say, they break, and my Forsaken have to pursue, and they don't go off the table. I only pursue 3 inches, but they flee off the table to get away, and the Forsaken stay right where they're at. During combat over here, I kill 2 Wild Riders, I kill 2 characters, the little level 2 mage and the non-BSB Glade Captain, and I lose a Nurgle Knight for my trouble to the Wild Riders because, holy crap, even with only 1 attack, with armor piercing and -2, I can fail an armor save. So yeah, they are still brutal, even when you have them in the flank. I slam into them, I don't do enough wounds to make them unsteadfast. They're steadfast, they make their break check, and they turn to face me. Wild Riders are the heat. Anybody who says otherwise is lying to you or is trying to sell you a car. Either way, punch them in the face and run. With that said and done, we go to bottom of 3 after movement. And you're looking at it. Here is where I believe my opponent loses the game. Her eagle goes to redirect my Zinch Knights. I personally think, unfortunately, I think it had a lot to do with the forest and maybe just kind of the adrenaline and everything like that. Her archers, with her spell singer, turn to face my Forsaken because they have -3 armor save arrows, so they want to take out the Forsaken, which they're very capable of doing. So the eagle is, I think, the idea here. The eagle was going to stop my Zinch Knights from charging into her unit and obliterating it, which was smart, which makes sense. I totally get what they were trying to do here. However, the eagle was angled in a very unfortunate. It was like a quarter of an inch off, but I was able. I saw it. I was going to be able to hit the eagle and then kill it and overrun into the archers, still in their flank, no less, because of the angle of the eagle. If it had just been a quarter of an inch more towards the center, I never would have been able. No matter what I did, I never would have been able to hit those archers, and that would have been that. But it didn't work out that way. Meanwhile, she moves her other archers. She marches them up so that Cass can't charge them, and everything else is dead or in combat. During her magic phase, everything is just kind of poofed. I was able to stop it. I think she rolled really low. But during her shooting phase, the arcane bodkins are able to obliterate all but 4 of the Forsaken, who really wish they had overrun off the table now. We go into combat, and I'm able to kill 2 more Wild Riders, and I lose a Nurgle Knight for my trouble. I think I end up winning this combat by like 1, but they are steadfast and they stay. So we go to top of 4 after movement, and woof. My Zinch Knights passed their stupidity check, thank God, and slam into the eagle, and now it's a little bit easier to see that Lady Elizabeth and her knights are going to be able to slam into the archers. The Forsaken turn to face the archers, because what else are they going to do? And Catastrophe, I realize my mistake at this point, and I start moving towards the Wild Riders, but I'm starting to think it's too little too late. Meanwhile, the Beast runs up to start dealing with these archers, because, yeah, they have flaming attacks, but they're only strength 3, they need 6s to wound. It's a gamble I have to take, because I need as many points as I can salvage, because I'm starting to think the Nurgle Knights aren't going to take these Wild Riders anymore. There's a better picture of my Zinch Knights hitting the eagle, and as you can see, that quarter of an inch, if she had just tilted them a little bit more, put them a little bit more further away, I would have. I never would have been able to hit the archers, but as it sits, you can see it pretty clear on this picture. I'm able to hit them on the overrun, provided I can roll an overrun higher than a friggin' 5. Well, actually, I needed a 5 to hit them. I don't have a magic or shooting phase, so we go straight into combat, and my Nurgle Knights completely decide to take their armor off and throw themselves to the mercy of the Wild Riders. Well, Wild Riders aren't known for their mercy. I lose 2 Nurgle Knights. 2 of my Nurgle Knights. I lose them, and I do no damage back to the Wild Riders. I have a banner to 2 wounds. I'm able to make my break check, but my pride has fled. Oh, man. So I'm starting to fall out of love with the Nurgle Knights. I'm thinking that maybe in my 2,500 point list, the Nurgle Knights aren't going to be seen again. We'll see, though. Probably not. During combat over here, however, my Zinch Knights are able to kill off the eagle, no problem. They overrun, and barely, but I do end up making my overrun and slamming into the Elves into the flank. And that's where she realizes, oh no, she can hit. And yeah. It was a learning experience, but I got really lucky there, and that's how I was able to save my Forsaken and my Knights, let's face it, because if they got shot at by these guys too, I'd be screwed. However, it was not, well, all glory. Of course, I have to take dangerous terrain checks, and my knight fails one, because that's what I do with Force. I fail dangerous terrain checks. So we go to bottom of 4 after movement, and for the most part, everything's in combat. The archers don't bother to move because they're going to shoot at my beast. Everything else is in combat. So bottom of 4 was actually quick in the movement phase. During her magic phase, she's able to get -2 strength off Irresistible on my knights, which was very intelligent. Unfortunately, it was irresistible. There was nothing I could do about it. And she ends up rolling 2 off their strength. That's going to hurt. They're still toughness 3, but now my knights are strength 3, and my horses are strength 2, so that hurts. That hurts a lot. The resulting miscast 10, however, really puts a dampener on her magic phase, because now she's only level 1 wizard, or I'm sorry, level 2 wizard, with, she lost Pit of Shades, which, who cares, and she lost Enfeebling Foe. So that was something, at least. Miscast 10, you gotta respect that. With that all said and done, we go into combat, and actually, we don't do anything to each other. We fight. I don't do any wounds to her. She doesn't do any wounds to me. I have a banner. She has a banner and a musician. I lose by 1. I need a 7 to stay. I roll an 8 or something like that. I break. I explode, and the Wild Riders go, "We are too cool for our own shirts." That's what they said. That's what they said. It was quite extraordinary. I got to be honest, I still hate elves with a passion. Always will. I'll always be racist towards them. A lot of respect for Wild Riders. They are definitely going to get the brunt of my attention from now on. All because I failed a charge with the Demon Prince and Lady Elizabeth went stupid. They could have been somebody. Oh well, I'm rambling. Anyway, we go over to combat over here, and I was really feeling that -2 strength. That really sucked. I was only able to kill. Obviously, Lady Elizabeth issues a challenge. Obviously, the Spellweaver says hell no. I'm only able to kill 2 of the archers. However, charge, banner, flank, 2 wounds to banner, I think maybe. And a rank. She loses combat, but they're steadfast 9. No BS. Well, no, the BSB is right there, but I think the BSB was just out of range. Because she breaks and gets run down, and Lady Elizabeth and her team end up right there, which is fantastic. And like I said, that, in my opinion, is where the game really turned, because had I not gotten into that charge, you know, with the Great Eagles and everything like that, and not able to overrun into those archers, they would have finished off my Forsaken, because at -3 armor save, doing 4 wounds to the Forsaken would not have been hard. And then they would have turned to face the knights and taken them out, or done considerable damage to them. The Wild Riders would have been in a beautiful position to do whatever it is they needed to do what they were going to do. It would have been pandemonium. It would have been bad. But luckily, the Great Eagle was angled in such a way I was able to hit the archers. I slammed into them, and this occurred. So I was very happy about that. And with my head held high for the first time in 2 games, we go into top of 5 after movement, and there are charges. Lady Elizabeth charges the Wild Riders, and they flee. They're no longer frenzied anymore, so they can do that. They flee, they get away. They flee, and then Catastrophe charges them just to kind of put them a little bit closer to the knights, just in case I roll well. And they end up right where you're seeing. Obviously, I didn't catch them. The Beast charges into the archers that stand and shoot and put 2 wounds on the Beast. And the Forsaken stay right where they're at because I don't want to lose any more points. And, of course, my knights lose another knight to the forest because why? Because I had to take dangerous terrain checks in the forest, and we all know what happens. Trees are my worst enemy. Here's a better picture of my Beast slamming into his archers, and not only did they pass their terror check, they were able to put 2 wounds on the Beast, which kind of hurt, but hey, he got in there, and that's what's important. And there's a better picture of the epic flight of the Wild Riders. Oh, yep, they got away. They got away. Well, that they've been getting away from me the whole game. So, yeah, once again, those guys are just awesome. My magic phase is nothing. My shooting phase is nothing. So we go to combat, and the Beast kills 9. Say it with me. 9 of those archers. Those pesky, pesky archers. Only 1 survives. Needless to say, doesn't do anything to the Beast. Breaks and gets run down. The Beast goes for a little jog after him. He's got to work off that baby fat weight from eating all those babies. And I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. So we go to bottom of 5. She fails to rally. She continues to flee. She ends up right where she's at. This is the end of the game picture. We go to top of 6. I kind of move around and take a look at them, but there's no way I can get a hold of them, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do magic-wise or anything like that. So then we go to the bottom of 6, and she rallies right where she's at, and that's it. That's the end of the game. So there's no other pictures of the going through all that because this is really what ends up happening. And that's what it looks like. I've got my Knights, my Forsaken, Catastrophe, and my Beast left, and she's got her Wild Riders and her BSB left. Hell of a game. Hell of a game that really, honestly, we all saw it, we all know it would have probably been hers had I just not gotten lucky with that overrun charge with the Great Eagle. But hey, I'll take luck over skill any day. But you know what? We'll get to the recap in a minute, because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Token time, everybody. Tokens. Check them out. All the tokens you could need for anything that you could possibly play. Warhammer 40k, Infinity, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Infinity, Malifaux, whatever you need tokens for, Token Gal can make the tokens. They're dirt cheap, guys. No more than $8 for a set, but they're solid gold quality. I mean, these are glass beads. They magnify the picture and the words. You've got wound counters. You've got status effects. You've got spell effects. +1 toughness, -1 strength. You know, whatever you need. She's got all the magic lores. She's got everything you need for any system that you play. She's got a email address you can send and be like, hey, I'm looking for this. And now she has a website. It's there at the bottom. I'm not going to bother reading it off because if you can't read, what the hell are you doing on the internet? Just seriously, though, check her out. Check out her website. Order yourself some tokens. It's totally worth it. You won't regret it. Hey guys, I know I've already talked to you about this before, but you should really check these pictures out because they were all painted, including my model, by Unleashed Wargaming. And they have their email right up there at the top of the page, and they've also got it down there. They got a YouTube channel. He's working on a website. It's not quite ready yet, but yeah, really, if you get a chance, check these guys out. If you're looking for someone to paint your stuff real good, seriously, check these guys out. Go to his, send him an email, check out his YouTube page. It's really worth your time. It's a phenomenal job. It's quick, it's painless. You don't have to worry about painting your stuff. And soon I'll be running a model that these guys painted for me, and I'm very excited about that. But check out these pictures. Give this guy an email. Check him out on YouTube. Get your models painted by him if you can. It's totally worth it. And tell him Tremendous sent you. As you guys already know, we are going to the Rock Wars GT. I will be there. So it's September 12th to the 14th. Totally excited to be going. If you're going to be there, if you just want to show up and say hey or whatever, I would love to meet you guys. I'm really enjoying doing these battle reports. I'm enjoying the comments. I'm enjoying the back and forth. And so by all means, if you're there, you want to swing by, say hey, I would love that. Maybe we get a game in. I would be thrilled to be able to do a battle report with it. But yeah, definitely. If you guys are there and you want to meet up, hey, by all means, come say hi. You'll know my models. If you're interested in going, though, if you want to check it out, I think there's still some slots open. Check it out, rockwarsgt.com. It's right there. Real easy to type in. You should be able to figure it out. But yeah, guys, come check it out. Come say hi. Love to meet you. Yeah, I want to let you guys know about a new opportunity for you. It's called the Redstone Rumble. It's a major fantasy 40k Flames of War and War Machine event. It's in October 4th and 5th in Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm not going to be able to attend because I'm in the military and I'll be elsewhere during that time. Not for a long time, just unfortunately that particular week I'll be out of town, so I can't go. But my loss is your gain because my admission fee had been paid. So rather than let that go to waste, with the TOs and the event organizers for the Redstone Rumble, we have decided to do a giveaway. You want to go to the Redstone Rumble? Are you available to go October 4th and 5th? Do you want to play Fantasy at 2,500 points? A 40k tournament at 2,000 points? Flames of War or War Machine? Whatever the heck you want to play? You can have my ticket. The way we're doing a little bit of a giveaway. So basically, in order for you to win this free admission, and there'll only be one winner, I need you to come up with a great name for any unit I field, except for Lady Elizabeth or Lord Tremendous. They're going to keep their names. But if you wanted to name my Exalted Hero or one of my units of warriors or my Forsaken or my dogs, even the Beast, if you want to name the Beast, go for it. But the trick is you got to impress me. I mean, it's the free admission pass that I'm giving you, so impress me. Earn it. I know, kind of a foreign concept, but no. Earn it. Rename, just put it in the comments section. This will be going on for a little while yet because, it's out there for a little while, so everybody's going to get the opportunity to participate. But by all means, if you are available to go to the Redstone Rumble, October 4th and 5th in Huntsville, Alabama, and you want to get in for free, and you have a little bit of cleverness in you, or somebody you know is clever, rename one of my units. Put it in the comments section below. Just mark it, hey, here's my entry. This is the unit. This is what I think they should be named. The one that wows me, the one that makes me go, oh, I like that, is the one I'm going to choose, and you will get free admission to this event, the Redstone Rumble. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or whatever like that, just go ahead and go over to www.redstonerumble.com. Check them out. You can get their contact info and stuff like that. They'd be thrilled to talk to you, I'm sure, answer all your questions. Really cool guys, real big in the Warhammer scene. But yeah, guys, this is your opportunity. Not only name one of Lord Tremendous's units, but to also get yourself a free ticket to a major event. It's worth it. Do it. In the end, I'm pretty sure it was obvious, I ended up winning this one. Barely. It was a squeaker. I got lucky. I really did. I ended up losing my Demon Prince, my Warhounds, my Warriors. Damn those Wild Riders. Damn them. And my Nurgle Knights. You know what the hell with the Nurgle Knights? they had every reason in the world to win that one, and they failed me again. So you know what? Screw you, Nurgle Knights. I'm glad you lost. The Elves ended up losing their Spellweaver, their non-BSB Glade Captain, their Spellsinger, the Eternal Guard, all the Glade Guard, the Scouts, the Treekin, the Eagle, and the Weight Watchers. And let's face it, that quarter of an inch more on the redirecting Eagle, and I would have lost this game. The Forsaken would have got shot down by the Arcane Bodkins, archers. My Knights would have not had the angle. They would have had to turn around, giving his archers a chance to turn around if they had to. I mean, maybe she would have reformed in a way that she could have shot at the Knights. Her Way Watchers, after destroying my Nurgle Knights, wouldn't have been able to get into my Tzeentch Knights, and let's all face it, on the charge, I don't know how well they would have done. But yeah, I wouldn't have gotten her Spellweaver. I wouldn't have gotten the Glade Guard. I would have lost the Forsaken. Probably would have lost the Tzeentch Knights. Possibly Lady Elizabeth. The Beast would have probably still done what he did. Catastrophe, I really don't know what would have happened there, but it would have either been a draw or a victory for her because I would have not gotten as many points as I did at the very end there. So thank the gods for my insane luck, huh? I'll take that any day. I learned a valuable lesson today. The Demon Prince plus Withering plus Way Watchers equals a sad, stunned, tremendous. Yay, math! Yeah. God, nobody kills my Demon Prince in round 1 unless you're Death, Holy Death. So I'm gonna sick his Dark Elves onto Wood Elves. But yeah, that was insane when she killed my Demon Prince like that. Oh, it broke my heart. I hate it when my Demon Prince dies, and I just wasn't expecting him to be out in combat. I never do that with him. I always put him in terrible positions because I don't think a turn ahead. I always am positive he's gonna make the charge or win a combat or, divide by 0, whatever I expect him to do. And when he does it, I'm always stunned with my jaw on the ground going, oh, his pants fell down. Now what's going to happen? But I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love the new Wood Elf book as much as I love killing the Elves. It's a really good book. It makes them highly competitive. And to get these kind of games out of Wood Elves, I'm very excited. I enjoy this. So yeah, the Wild Riders and my Khorne Warriors. I've decided that it's destiny for them to meet in every game. I'm no longer going to try to fight it. The Khorne Warriors are going to line up across from the Wild Riders from now on and just accept their fate because there's nothing I can do about it. It is unreal how well that these guys end up in my flank or the rear of my Khorne Warriors every single game. There's nothing I can do about it. That 9-inch needing charge rolls a 10-4. That was unreal. Well played by my opponent. Took the chance, panned out. Can't fault him for it. Very well played list with that one major mistake that really gave me the win. But yeah, that's what it comes down to sometimes. But it was an incredible game, and I hope to get a rematch in one day. But I really do appreciate you coming up to play Toy Soldiers with me. That was a lot of fun. And next time we get a game in, I have no doubt that with more experience and a slightly tweaked list and a better angled Great Eagle, that I'm going to end up having to chronicle another loss for Lord Tremendous. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this battle report number 120. I am hoping that you guys are enjoying the little Tremendicon thing. I certainly did, but that's because my ego needs it. As always, though, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. But as always, guys, thanks